Have you ever stopped to think about how you make sense of the world? It's fascinating. Our minds are hardwired to assign meaning to experiences, see patterns, and connect the dots to form a personal narrative and worldview. These stories help us understand who we are, what we've learned, and how we want to live in the future. We all frame our identity through these evolving stories. By integrating our past experiences, we create a sense of unity and purpose in our life. These narratives don't just reflect who we are. They actively shape the lens in how we see the world, how we behave, and ultimately, who we become. At its core, building a life story helps us organize our experiences, find meaning, and gain insight into the choices we make on a daily basis. In our early years, we lay the foundation to our evolving story. Think back to your childhood. In those formative years, your brain was like a sponge, absorbing every experience and assigning meaning to those experiences based on your limited understanding of the world at the time. By the time you were 7 years old, you had already begun crafting the foundation of your life story. These early experiences taught you the rules of how life works, or at least how you believe it worked at the time. As you grew, your narratives became the lens through which you interpreted everything, shaping your habits, beliefs, and actions. Some of these stories served you well. They were logical and adaptive, given your capacity to understand them at the time. Others, maybe not so much. You may have assigned a story based upon your limited understanding of the time that is keeping you stuck. But either way, they mirrored your perception of the world at that point of your development. And that's how your unique picture of reality began to take shape. Imagine our life as a giant dot-to-dot picture. Each dot represents a meaningful experience, positive or negative, that we've connected to form our story. Some dots bring clarity and expansion of thought. These are the moments where we've assigned positive meaning like hope, faith, or optimism. They help us grow and broaden our perspective. But there are also dots that create tension or limitations. When we assign negative meaning, such as fear, doubt, or shame to our experiences, this creates a mindset that can be narrow or limiting our view of what's possible. The beauty of this process is that we are constantly evolving. New experiences add new dots to our picture, and the way we connect them can reshape our story at any moment, changing the way we see ourselves and the world we live in. Certain moments in life stand out. They're the defining experiences we cling to, consciously or not. These are your meaning anchors. Just like a ship's anchor keeps it steady against the tides, meaning anchors hold us to specific beliefs, attitudes, and expectations. Sometimes these meaning anchors are positive. Sometimes they are negative. Regardless, they're deeply emotional and shape how we view ourselves and the world around us. Our brain is always cataloging these meaning anchors, recording which experience feel vital and why. The problem? Many of these anchors operate below the surface, buried in our subconscious or unconscious mind. Without becoming consciously aware of these subterranean influences and becoming conscious of spiritual suggestions, which create clarity and hope, they will persist in exerting their quiet but powerful influence upon our decisions, emotions, and actions. What may have been helpful once, even adaptive, certain meaning anchors may now be maladaptive and keep us stuck, especially since they instinctively are associated with survival. Our subconscious mind can be like a library, packed with stories and programs written from past experiences. When something in the present feels similar to a memory of the past, these programs kick in automatically, shaping how we interpret what's happening, driving our emotions and decisions. Unless we actively examine these influences, they'll keep playing out in the background, guiding our life without us even realizing it. So why does this matter? Because our story, our self-narratives, are the lens through which we experience life. It shapes our behaviors, our relationships, and even our sense of all that's possible in our life. Take a moment to reflect. Are the stories you tell yourself empowering you? Are they bringing out the best in you and the people around you? If the answer is no, don't worry. The good news is we can rewrite our story and those self-narratives. Start by simply paying attention to the narratives running through your mind. Are you assigning meaning to people, places, and things that bring out the best in you, them, or the environment? For the next few days, strive to notice the patterns. Are these narratives helping you grow, or are they holding you back? If you find that your stories are limiting, negative, or keeping you stuck, challenge them. Ask yourself, is this narrative true? Does it reflect who I want to be? What would a more empowering story look like? By re-examining our meaning anchors and shifting our perspective by listening to the expressions of our pure intelligence, our spiritual intelligence will grow and provide us with the ability to challenge old narratives and write new ones. As we become more competent in our spiritual intelligence, we will begin to create a story that reflects our fullest and deepest potential. After all, you're the author of your story. Why not write a masterpiece?